guys, and welcome to Hello Insider, where we're going to be talking about the very exciting return of Love Island on ITV. So in episode 1, we met all of the Islanders hoping to find love in the villa this year, had our first coupling up, and even had some games that were a bit interesting thrown into the middle as well. So Megan, how excited are you that Love Island is back, and what were your first impressions of the Love Islanders?
Oh, I'm so excited to have Love Island back. It feels like we're literally back in summer now, like things are starting to go back to normal, and seeing the villa again was just crazy.
Oh, it was so nice to see it again, wasn't it?
Oh, it was
like
lovely. Oh, I'm so jealous now, travel envy, like want to go to the villa myself. But I think the girls are really playing, like they're keeping their cards close to their chest. I feel like, they're not being too obvious about what they're looking for. They're all sort of keeping their options open, and yeah, I think we're going to see as the episodes kind of go on what they're actually looking for. But right now, they're definitely a bit more guarded than I think I've seen in other years.
Definitely, and I think we really got that impression during the recoupling as well, because I feel like with a couple of them, I think it was Hugo, like none of them stepped forward. I mean, you get that.
Oh, I know.
I know, poor Hugo. You get that every year, but you're right. And I think it was Sharon that was saying, I'm just not sure, you haven't quite caught my eye. And so I agree. I think they're being very, very cards close to their chest at the moment, but I'm sure heads will turn. So talking about some episode highlights then, one of the first things that everyone picked up on was when we met the lovely Jake, who in his VT said he had a rather interesting love.
Little feet, love little feet, little white toes. I like sucking toes.
It was definitely very bold to say, wasn't it? Like, first impressions, well, he's putting it all out there, I guess, he's being honest.
What was even funnier was during Game of Truth or Dare, and I think it was Toby that had to suck someone's toes. And then Jake started filming it. Did you see? He started filming it on his phone.
It was hilarious. I kind of didn't know if I wanted to look away, but I sort of couldn't. I was half cringing.
I know.
It was definitely like a big moment in the first episode. I don't think anyone will forget that for a really long time.
Yeah. I mean, Twitter, the memes was absolutely hilarious. So
yeah, it was literally all over within minutes.
Yeah,
just everywhere.
But that is Love Island all over, isn't it? Can't look, but
definitely.
Also can't not look. It's just too good.
Exactly. Yeah.
So going back to the recoupling then, there were a couple of moments that I thought were quite funny. When Aaron came in and he forgot one of the girls' names. I think he forgot Faye's name.
Yeah.
And he chose to go off with Shannon, and Faye was like, well, I've obviously dodged a bullet then. And I was like, gosh, shots fired already.
I know, I must admit, it was a little bit, savage. I was sat there thinking, oh my God, Faye, you are blunt. But,
Yeah, I mean, fair play.
I mean, yeah, I understand where she's coming from. It would be nice to think that maybe he could remember their names. I think if it was me, I might be a little bit offended,
Yeah.
But I think as Faye says though, in her VT, she's very blunt, she says what she thinks. And that was just kind of the first sneak peek of what's to come, I think, with Faye.
Yeah, brilliant. So we also had, which was very exciting, our first Can I Pull You for a Chat of the season in episode 1. And so that was Liberty and Jake, who went off to little beanbag area to have a little chat. What did you make of that, Megan?
Oh, I thought it was hilarious. And especially because before she even went to do it, she sat with Kaz and they planned it out and they were saying, right, okay, what is the best way to do this? Right, we'll go with the beanbags. I thought it was hilarious. It was so funny.
Girl power chat. I love it.
Exactly. And clearly, their plan worked because it was quite easy. Jake went straight over to have a little chat and everything. And it was exciting to see. And also, I'm intrigued to see if, Liberty and Jake end up sort of seeing each other or if they kind of end up having their heads turned. But I think it was a good start for the two of them. Quite similar personalities and very bubbly. So it was a good chat.
So do you think you can see them lasting? Do you think they'll go the distance, or do you think maybe the chat was a bit...
There's already been a little bit of awkwardness between them. So, at the start, when Liberty was already coupled up with Jake and she stepped forward for Brad, that was a little bit of a moment.
Yeah.
And I don't think he was too pleased with it, but, he kept his cool.
Yeah.
And then, obviously when they're having a chat and she described him as goofy, which is quite a sweet word. But I think it was a little bit awkward. Jake was like,
she probably meant it in a really nice way, but I'm not sure. Jake doesn't seem the kind of guy that would want to be called goofy.
Exactly. So there's already, a few little moments, and I think Liberty's already said herself, that she tends to maybe talk over him a little bit. She doesn't mean to, but so I don't know if, their personalities on one hand are really similar, but I don't know if it can be too similar and there might be a few clashes. So I think we're going to see soon how that plays out.
Although I have to say, out of all of them, I think those two really look like they're well suited.
Oh, definitely.
And I think you're right. It may be that further down the line, maybe when more people come in or they get to know each other a bit better, the cracks will begin to show. But actually, on first impressions, I thought they looked like a pretty solid couple.
Yeah, they did. I think already they might be sort of a favourite to stay together. But I think like you said, we're just going to see how it plays out. And with new people coming into the villa, we'll kind of see if they have their heads turned or if they stay together. So we'll see.
I mean, this is Love Island, so there's going to be plenty of bombshells. And speaking of bombshells, we have one tonight, which is exciting and feels like they're ramping it up already really early in the series, which I fully enjoy. We've got someone coming in later, Chloe Burrows, who looks like she has her eye on the ball and knows exactly what she wants from her time on the show. What do you make of that? Do you think she's going to turn anyone's heads?
Yeah, I think Chloe's definitely going to make an impact. I think from the moment she walks into that villa and meets everyone, there's going to be maybe a bit of competition between the girls. I think from her voice note, Chloe sounds very confident, very kind of sure of herself, and she knows what she wants.
As you say, like self-assured, and she really sounds like she's got an idea of, I'm going to come in and I'm going to get what I want. And to be honest, fair play on this show. Yeah. If history teaches us anything about Love Island, you've got to come in with a game plan and know exactly what you're going to do. And actually, I feel like you end up being quite popular. You end up going the distance by doing that sort of thing as well. I'm reminded of Maura, who came in.
Oh, I loved Maura.
Know what I wanted. Everyone at first is a bit like, whoa, she's really bold. But actually,
we all love a woman on a mission.
Exactly, and these big characters just make this series so great, don't they? So I just can't wait. Who are your early predictions for Islanders that are going to go the distance, absolutely going to get the public vote? Who do you think is going to be popular this year?
I think Liberty already. She's so funny. She's so down to earth. She's really bubbly. I think she's definitely going to be on the show for a while. I think we already got so much of her personality from the first episode, and I think she's just going to make us all laugh this season. I really just think she's going to be a really good person, really good contestant this year.
Yeah, and she's really funny. She seems really genuine as well, and I think she almost reminds me a bit of Danny Dyer in the way she comes across, like really
definitely
almost like a real girl's girl as well, I think.
Yeah, definitely. I think she'll have some nice friendships in the villa as well as relationships. Yeah. So I think it's going to be really nice to see her through the series.
Definitely.
And then definitely, I'm really liking Toby at the moment.
Are you? Yes.
I do like Toby. I think he's got a really nice dynamic with Kaz. They got off to such a nice start chatting, and I think he just seems to be, a really nice, really sweet guy. And during the challenge, she wasn't too up for, sucking his toes. So I think the fact that he stepped up to the plate and did that, he was quite considerate and a bit of a gentleman. So I think Toby's made a nice impression as well. I can see him sticking out for the long haul and becoming a favourite.
Yeah, and I really love Kaz as well. She seems like a really lovely girl, and I hope that her and Toby go the distance, and if not, she finds someone else, because she seems like someone that you'd want to be your friend in the villa. She seems
definitely
such a girl, doesn't she? So who out of the current couples, obviously we've only had one episode and we've already got a bombshell coming in tonight, so that's probably going to change everything. But is there anyone out of the current couples that you think will go the distance? Brad and Faye, do we think that they're going to stay couple?
I think, they're a tricky one actually. I think that Brad and Faye, they like each other, obviously very attracted to each other, and I think they do get on quite well already, but I think, it's no surprise that, Brad had pretty much most of the girls step forward for him, and then Faye equally had a lot of the guys wanting to couple up with her, so they've both got a lot of options. So I think there's more chance that they'll have their heads turned, because they've got a lot of interest already in the villa, and it's, you know, like day one. So I'm not sure they'll go the distance, but I mean, if they did, I think they'd make a great couple too.
Yes, I agree. Although they did have a cheeky kiss already, haven't they? And
Yeah,
Faye did say that he was great, even though she didn't want to tell him that, which full respect to that.
Well, exactly. Yeah, like she's keeping her cards close to her chest. So we'll see how they play out, I think.
And so what about Toby and Kaz?
So at first, when they were coupled together, I thought, you know, oh, it's a bit convenient. I think, you know, unfortunately for poor Toby, he didn't have any of the girls step forward, which I felt so bad for him.
I was really
it was so lovely. I was actually like, girls, come on, step forward. And so yeah, they were an unlikely couple, but I think that actually they've got a really good dynamic already. They're both very bubbly, they get on well. You know, they had a really good conversation, and I think that, you know, they might either turn out to be a really good, strong couple, or we might also see like a really lovely, close friendship that kind of becomes like a highlight of the series. I think they're great together. So I really like Kaz and Toby.
That's it for now, but thank you so much for watching, and make sure you subscribe below for more Hello Insider videos, and head over to hellomagazine.com for all of your Love Island content and more. Bye!